Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald is once again directed by David Yates, who's directed the previous, as well as a considerable amount of Harry Potter films, and is written by J.K. Rowling herself. And in this sequel, which is also a prequel, Grindelwald, played by Johnny Depp, escapes captivity and wreaks some havoc, and Newt Scamander and his buddies have to go up against him. I've reviewed every single Harry Potter film in the franchise, and I've liked all of them. I've found enjoyment in every single one of them, and I like the previous Fantastic Beasts film. My wife is a gigantic Harry Potter fan. She loves it considerably more than I do, and Harry Potter is constantly a subject in our house. We really enjoy the books, the movies, the lore, the worlds built around it. We've gone to Universal and walked through Diagon Alley many times, which is why it's so shocking to me that this film was as bad as it was. This is easily the worst Harry Potter movie, in my opinion anyway. I found the film relentlessly boring, which is something I can't say about any of the other Harry Potter films. Even some of the more meandering ones at least had characters I cared about, and I'm not exactly sure what happened this time around because I actually really enjoyed the first installment, and I thought it was a great stepping off point for something else. It didn't suffer from some of the problems that other prequel series have suffered from, and I was excited to see where it would go. This one takes so many characters and so many different subplots, and overstuffs the movie with so much happening that it's actually kind of difficult to follow. My wife, someone who, if you ask her like the most obscure Harry Potter question about some random thing that was maybe mentioned in one paragraph of one of the books, she knows the answer. And she had a hard time following this film, because it's just so messy. That's not to say this is an awful movie. There's some enjoyment to be had. I think David Yates, once again, did a really good job directing the movie. It's visually stunning. It's a really beautiful film. James Newton Howard's score, as usual, is euphoric. A large majority of the performances are excellent, especially Eddie Redmayne, once again, as Newt Scamander. Such a lovable, cheerful character. But I think the real joy in this movie is Jude Law as Dumbledore. Great casting, great performance. Movie needed a lot more of him. He's not in the movie too much, which I was disappointed by. Johnny Depp as Grindelwald, though, he didn't really bring that much to the role. It's not that he was bad, really. The material he was given, there just wasn't that much there to relish. He has none of that snaky, slimy evil that Ralph Fiennes had as Voldemort. He's just a villain, and it's not that I find him miscast or that they could have picked a better actor or something. I just don't really think he had that much to do in the movie. The character was weak. There wasn't that much menacing about him. The opening I really enjoyed, and I thought it set up something kind of fun for him, and they just didn't really do anything with it. They had this great idea of Grindelwald being able to control people, and there's nothing really done with it. It's very, very limited. There's so much they could have explored with that ability. And it's kind of just like he walks around and some people follow him around and look to him for orders. There isn't that much depth to it. And for a movie called The Crimes of Grindelwald, he just doesn't do that much to warrant that title. The real crime of this film is that it's just so boring. And again, I feel the need to reiterate, this is coming from somebody who really likes these movies and books. Like, my wife was legitimately sad when we were driving home. Like, this was crushing to her. So I imagine this could be detrimental for some Harry Potter fans, the universe in general, and the fandom in general, because I can see some people really loving the film because it definitely acts like it's very epic. It's a long, drawn-out, slowly paced film that thinks it's a lot better than it is, that should have had another 20 minutes cut out of it and 15 more passes before it was complete. But some Harry Potter fans are really going to like that, and others are going to hate it for some specific choices it makes, which I, of course, will not spoil. But they're the kind of choices that make Harry Potter fans that know this universe back to front very confused, because certain things just don't make sense, and it's hard to really justify some of the choices that are made. This is starting to feel like what is bad about prequels, where you start to mess so much with things that suddenly things you already appreciated and liked don't work as well. And that's sad, because there's a lot of actors in this movie really trying, and David Yates did a good job directing it. Unfortunately, despite as big a fan as I am of J.K. Rowling, I feel like her script was really the real problem here. I'm gonna give Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald a C. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Look forward to more reviews very soon. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.